It blows my mind. Whatever you put your mind to. I wasn't scared. I was like, I'm going to make $1 million by my 30th birthday. I don't care who believes it. I'm putting it out there. I don't care who says it's not going to happen. I'm saying this and I'm going to do it. And I did it 7 days before.
How to beat the trap. Hey, peace family, and welcome back to another episode of How to Beat the Trap. And today I got a special guest, the first ever billionaire to be on How to Beat the Trap, billionaire
You better
B,
speak it. You
AKA B Simone,
I'm working
my
on
sister.
it. I'm working on it.
It's in progress.
Slow and steady.
In real life.
In
All
real
right,
life.
So Queen B, How to Beat the Trap is where I bring on amazing people, overachievers, influencers, unique people who have been able to beat, leverage, or circumvent some of America's most infamous traps.
Okay, and I'm excited to be here. They told me I can't cuss, so I'm gonna try really hard.
That's right. Like, boop, 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 boop. The whole time.
Yeah, I know my mouth. This is super dope. Super dope. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to have you here. Yes.
I'm honored. I didn't know I was qualified.
This girl. So anyway, we're going to talk about the corporate trap, the college trap, the corner trap, and the culture trap.
Okay.
And just we'll talk about your journey.
Okay.
Right? And where you might have maneuvered through a few of these traps in life. And the trap is defined as a program or system that's designed to entice or entangle you, but secretly for the benefit of another.
Got you.
Such as how college, right?
I was about to say, give me an example.
Right. Okay. I got you. You know I teach. Whiteboard, please. And whiteboard.
Don't take me to school.
No, college, right? They promote college heavy to us, all
Yeah.
that. And college you can benefit from. You can leverage it. But some people go to college because the culture just said go to college.
Of course.
Or because college said go to college.
Or because your parents or whatever.
You rack up all the student loan debt, still don't know what career you want.
Yep.
But secretly, the corporations, American government, getting 10% interest, 11% interest from you, they're
money,
benefiting from you being sucked into this trap. The corner trap, in which I came, right? The culture says, right, you want to, this is going to be your freedom right here. This is your way out the hood, right? It's hustling, but one, you're tearing down your community, you're tearing down yourself, and then you're inevitably going to be likely to go to prison.
Or dead.
Facts.
Two options.
Trap. Okay.
Damn.
Corporate trap. Go to school.
Well, talk about
Get
the
good
corporate.
grades.
I don't even know if I can talk about the corporate trap. I don't even want to say 9 to 5 out of my mouth. Go ahead.
But you can leverage a 9 to 5 and blow and go.
Of course.
But some people just get a 9 to 5, think it's just their way out of life. I'm gonna retire at 65. You get 65 years old, like, yo.
Drained, worn out.
And I can't live off this.
You can't live off of nothing.
Right.
Yep. Trapped.
Corporations are up, but you trapped.
Damn.
The big one.
I mean, dang.
Here you go. I don't know. Damn, we might be all right there. So the big one, the culture trap.
Okay.
Peer pressure. The culture. Blow money fast. Image. You got to buy this. You got to look this way.
I was talking about that, the culture trap earlier. Well, I guess we'll get to that because
I
have an example.
Go ahead, talk to him.
Well, I mean, okay, so when I did my $1 Million Journey, which is on YouTube, you guys can follow it. That was very public. I did all these hustles to make my million, right? I had 50 days or 30 days.
That's amazing. You documented making $1 million.
Yeah. Well, I already had some of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just front.
You still hit $1 million.
I hit it, though. I was like 350,000 away from the goal. But what I was trying to say was basically
light flex.
On that journey, I did all these hustles, right? So I still had the same car that I drove from Dallas, Texas to Atlanta when I first moved out of my grandmother's house, which was when I was 24. So about 6 years ago. It was a little Toyota. I don't even know, a cheap Toyota.
She's so rich now, she can't even remember the car that started the thing.
3 hubcaps. Ernestine used to always get on me like, stop pulling up in this car. I will call you an Uber, baby. Like, we
You're
have
embarrassing all of us.
You're embarrassing, because I would pull up to valet like, don't scratch her. And I would just get out and give the valet my keys. But I sold that car for my $1 Million Journey. I just did all these hustles. I think they gave me like $1,000 for it, or something like super low. But I sold that car. And when I sold that car, the pandemic hit. I was sitting in the house. Then I went on tour. Like, all this stuff was happening. I was like, you know what? I don't need a car right now. I didn't rush out to go buy my dream car, which was this G-Wagon.
But the whole Instagram said you should.
Oh, for sure.
The whole culture said you should.
Oh, 100%. And as soon as you drive off the lot, it depreciates. It's a total liability.
Give me some. Give me some.
So And to this day, which is crazy, I still don't have a car. How I got here was my sister's car, and the only reason I drove her car is because she's here from out of town. I usually Uber. I'm never in Atlanta. I travel so much. If I would have got that $300,000 car, it would have been sitting in my garage at my complex.
But it would have looked good.
It would have looked good. It would have looked good. So, and when I go out, I sometimes have a drink anyway. I have to Uber anyway. All of these things were running through my mind. I'm like, I don't need a car right now. I don't need a car. I'm on tour. I'm never home. When I am home, I'm not going nowhere. I don't cook. I Uber Eats. So all of these things, I'm like, I'm not going to let society, make me think I have to pull up in a Rolls Royce.
Right.
I'm not because I'm a millionaire. I'm not going to make society make me think that I have to have stars in the roof and get the G-Wagon and all. That'll come. That'll be the cherry on top later. But let me own some property first, because I still stay in an apartment. Right now, my goal is in February to own a condo. Nice. Instead of throwing my money down the drain with this apartment complex, a condo or a townhome. But you don't even own property and you just bought a $300,000 car. No.
Culture trap.
Culture trap. So I just want to say to y'all, B. Simone ain't got no car. And that works for me and my lifestyle. Do what works for you and your lifestyle and what is true to you, not because society makes you think you need it. Some of these things we don't even want. We just get it because society makes us think we need it.
You didn't even want that chain.
You didn't even want it.
You don't even like that chain.
You don't even like that color. Why is your car pink? You hate pink. Right. So, society makes it look so cool, and you do it because people, like you said, the pressures of the culture.
Right. And you know what? That made me think about so I'll go to Solutions always.
Yeah.
And I'm like, self-esteem, self-confidence, knowing your self-worth, self-love, having your own self-vision, right? Those things that help you beat that kind of trap.
Finding yourself. Who are you? What do you truly want for your life?
Right.
What do you truly want? Not what society has made you think you want.
Some people are robots and puppets. Like,
for sure.
soon the trend hits, jeans are baggy, I get baggy.
For sure.
I gotta get tight. Change for this. You just doing everything the culture say to do.
100%.
Like Simon says.
100%. So just knowing yourself, being true to who you are, and having longevity. I always think about longevity. So things you do now, don't do temporary things for temporary gratification that aren't going to benefit you in the long run.
Yeah, you know why I respected you so much as an entrepreneur is because of that car. Because of honestly, the fact that she was getting money, you were popping on the gram, like and if you guys don't know who B. Simone is, you've been under a rock. But I mean, entrepreneur, obviously, comedian, wilding out, movies, all that.
Yeah, thank you.
Rapper.
Ooh, rapper.
I want some bars today too. You like to get some bars today?
Are you out of your mind? Absolutely not.
In the trap, we'll
y'all can look it up on YouTube. It's still up there.
But the fact that you had the discipline and just like the confidence, right? To like in Atlanta. On top of that, you're not in Milwaukee somewhere.
I would pull up to these. I would be booked, and my manager would be like, "You're not driving that to the booking." I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll Uber, whatever." Right. You just walk in your truth at that moment. If that was who I am at that moment, that's who I am. I have a Toyota. This is the car I'm driving,
Not a new Toyota either.
What? The hubcap would roll off in the middle of the street, like at a stoplight. I would be like, F it. I'm not going back for that. I got to go shoot this skit.
Right. And I want to say, man, listen.
I'm not lying, y'all. People were so embarrassed.
The culture shouldn't move you.
Yeah.
You should move the culture.
Come on.
That's strength.
Come on.
I move the culture.
Come on.
You ain't gonna make me wear what I don't want to wear. I don't want I don't want all that on me.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
So.
I'll wear my African tunics out here now.
100%.
And what?
Yeah.
All right. So welcome to the Trap Queen.
Thank you.
Those are the traps we're gonna be inspiring folks today, giving them some game today about following your journey. But what we do, instead of just driving through the trap, we're going to pull up to the trap.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about all of who you are today.
Cool.
And then we're going to reverse engineer and back that thing up and talk about where you started and go through your journey. All right? So this is my time for you to talk your stuff. This is like no shy, modest, humble, like, no, we're going to scratch that in the trap.
I'm so modest.
Well, I'm going to be encouraging you. So I need you to tell everybody about, what you're doing today. They gotta know about B. Simone Fit, B. Simone Beauty, B. Simone everything. No, you gotta. This is free commercial time.
Okay.
Talk your talk. Who is B. Simone today? What have you accomplished? What have you done?
Ooh, right now I am a CEO, a stand-up comedian, entrepreneur. My goal is to be in movies and do more stand-up. Right now I'm on tour with Martin Lawrence.
Wow.
The only
Marty
millennial.
Moore, what's up?
The only female. The only millennial on the dates I'm doing. And that is just mind-blowing in itself. Like, for him to announce me, handpick me, I'm walking on stage in arenas, 30, 40,000 people. Martin has been in the game 30-plus years. Wow. I'm on stage with D-Ray, Ricky Smiley. These are legends in the comedy game. And I've only been doing stand-up for 3 years. And for them to see me worthy enough to do that, it just... when I'm going up there, I'll be so nervous. I just get in my head sometime. But when I walk off that stage after I kill it, I'm like, I'm worthy. Like, wow. I'm going to be a legend. I'm walking in my purpose. And that was proof of that. So doing stand-up, doing my Be Simone Fit, I started that journey 7 months ago. I'm going into my 8th month of my fitness journey. I've lost 7% body fat, and I've lost 14 pounds. I could just cry because and I put this on my last post. I would love for all you guys just to read the caption, whether you follow me, whether you like it, read that message. Maybe they could make it pop up in post. That message just says, basically, it's not about the physical. Once you master self-discipline, consistency, and self-control, the physical will follow. It has no choice but to follow.
Trap bars.
I'm not in a rush to be skinny. I'm in a rush to be disciplined. I'm not in a rush to stop overeating. I'm in a rush to have self-control with what goes into my mouth. Wow. I'm not in a rush to be at the gym every day, and I'm in a rush to be consistent. And that'll trickle down into every aspect of my life. So I've really honed in on my fitness journey, and my body is slowly following. But the self-control, the discipline, and the consistency is what I'm trying to master right now. Wow. And I feel like I'm on that journey. And then, of course, Be Simone Beauty, my cosmetic line. Got it on my lips right now. I should have put a little more on so it could be a little blinging in the light, but a little popping. Be Simone Beauty. We've been in business for 2 years, multi-million-dollar Black-owned business brand, started from the ground up, and it's cosmetics, lip gloss. We're going to expand. We got lashes and stuff like that. But those are the main 3 things. Stand up, my fitness journey, which, it's helped me a lot with stress. It's helped me with my mind. I was going through a real dark time in 2020. I talk about that. I'm very vulnerable on my social media. I went through, I wouldn't even say a mini depression. I was depressed. I didn't even know what depression was until 2020. I went through that, and fitness helped me get out of that. Wow. It helps your mind, and, it's just overall healthy. And I think more people in the Black community need to take our body and our healthy more serious, So focusing on those things. That's what I got going on now. Stand up, fitness, and my cosmetic line.
That's awesome. I want to stay right there real quick. One, I'm gonna back up into that.
Cool.
You said you made $1 million in 2020, right?
It took me 30 years to tangibly see. I wanted to see it.
Right. You made more than $1 million, right?
Over time, yes. But to have it liquid in my account, ooh, I'm like seeing it right now. To see those zeros, that's what I wanted to see. I had it tangible. On my 30th birthday, I hit my $1 million goal. And then 30 days after that, from April 1st to April 30th, Be Simone Beauty had $1 million month.
Wow.
So it took me 30 years to see my first million. It took me 30 days to see my second, which was unbelievable. Then I had the worst year of my life. So let me tell you something. Money don't fix problems.
That's where I was going with this.
Let me tell you that.
Depression in the same year you made $2 million.
The year I became a multimillionaire was the toughest year of my life. So I want y'all to understand that if you're not doing the self-work, the money gonna come. Let's find the purpose. Let's find who we are. Let's find that self-love. Let's find that discipline. Let's find, okay, y'all, you drinking and you're trying to take away the pain. Sit in that pain. Why am I feeling this? Let's get to the root of that and heal that. You gonna get the money if that's your goal. If the house is your goal, you gonna get it.
Right.
But when you get it, then what? If your mind is messed up,
right,
so
sad.
It's sad, depressed. So you got to do the self-work, and so when you get that money, you're prepared for it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it actually double depresses you to be successful and be depressed. It's like if you broke and depressed, it's like, all right, I'm supposed to be depressed. But like, I'm up and I'm depressed. What the hell's going on here?
My homegirl, Maria LaGuardia, I will never forget this. I'm going to say her name on here. She hit me up because I was venting to her. She said, you've had a low. You've been broke and depressed. You've had a high low where you've been successful but ain't, had the money. Now you're having no, she said you had a high where you're successful and happy. Now you're having a high low. You've never felt that before, where you're successful, but you're not feeling happy. Now that feeling is different.
That trips you out.
Because you like, well, what's the problem?
Right.
I got this, I got that, I can afford it.
And it's hard to vent to people because they're like, how are you venting and you up?
What you mad about? Look.
Life.
You know, so yeah, I had a high low, and I had never felt that before. I had a low. I had a high, but I never had a high low. So that feeling is something different. It's something when you push through that.
The mental health trap.
The trap of mental health that we don't take serious enough in the Black community. When I say I'm in therapy, baby, I got a relationship coach and a therapist. I need to call her because I ain't seen her in like 3 weeks. But yeah, therapy is it's dope. It's dope to talk to somebody and try to heal those wounds.
Right, because we focus on we have no problem. We break our arm, get a sprain.
You're going to go straight to the emergency room. Right. You're going to go fix it.
You fix your physical body, but when it comes to fixing our biggest muscle, our brain and our emotions inside, we
brush a lot under the rug. You could be upset about something that happened to you when you was 5. You know, you don't even know why you going off on people and upset, and you got to find that. And once you fix that, I think a lot of in your life.
Imagine how much more you can make in money and in relationships when you're actually healed and whole
and happy. And
peace of mind is priceless. You can't even buy that.
That's the goal.
There's no bag you can make that can buy you peace of mind.
That's the goal. Peace of mind, inner peace.
Absolutely. A Peace Family Real Estate Pioneer, Jay Morrison, coming to you live from the Black House. Why haven't you got your first of its kind interactive video textbook experience, the 12-step real estate crash course? This book will make you a real estate power player in real life with over 6.5 hours of video lessons with 290 pages of real workbook experiences, tests, quizzes, assessments that give you the skill set, mindset, and formulas needed to dominate in real estate and be a power player in any part of the industry in real life. Homeowner, realtor, wholesaler, landlord, flipper, developer, don't matter. You need this book. Your family needs this book. Go tap in, click the link right now for your interactive, first of its kind video textbook experience in real life. Tap in. So another amazing thing that I heard you say that I didn't even realize is you've only been on stand-up 3 years.
Man, in one of the years, the world was shut down.
Wow.
So I'm going into my 4th year.
Really, right.
2 years, technically, yeah. Man, wow.
That's amazing. God is good.
God is great. I can't believe it.
Because I just feel like you've been just so funny and so
thank you
popping and popular.
I never wanted to do stand-up though, ever. God pushed me into that. That was a thing that he pushed me into, and I didn't fight him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You know, I wanted to do music. I moved to Atlanta. I was in a girl group when I was 15, so I wanted to do music, and God pushed me into comedy, and I just ran with it.
All right, I want to talk about that. So that's just amazing, great journey. And that's why I told you, I inboxed you the other day. I'm saying it on air. I'm like, I'm betting on you. Like, listen, she's going to see 100 M's. And if you can see 100.
Man, come on.
If you can see 100, you can see 200. If you can see 200, you can see a B. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Billionaire B. We're claiming it.
I know
it's on my Instagram. I do not doubt that in my mind.
And I'm a big fan of yours. Outside of being your brother, I'm a fan.
Thank you. And vice versa. What y'all are doing here, this Legacy Center, I brought my friend when we walked around. He was like, this is dope. I'm like, I know. And it's Black owned, baby. It's my friends. Like, this is lit. My friends own this.
Right. And you.
And me. I got a little sprinkle in there.
Right. She's one of our Treff partners.
I'm one of the partners. That's true. Yeah.
Awesome.
So.
All right. So, boom. We got who B. Simone is today, right? Millions of followers.
Yeah.
Tens of millions, hundreds of millions of views.
Yep.
All that. I do want you to, you know what? I'm going to come back to that later on. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to reverse engineer out of who B. Simone is today, Billionaire B, and we're going to talk about where you started.
Man.
So where's B. Simone from? Where were you born? How was coming up?
Dallas, Texas, born and raised, Pleasant Grove, 214-972-469. What's up? Okay, because my granny still live in that same house I grew up in. I'm like, you need to move. All these gunshots, baby. Come on. She ain't gonna leave. But she still stay in the house I grew up in, right in Pleasant Grove. Yeah, I grew up mostly with my granny. My parents were divorced. I still talk to my mom and my dad. I'm really close to my father. My mom is still in Dallas. But my granny raised me. I grew up with her, and I went to high school. I was gonna go to Prairie View, A&M. I think it was like a day out. We were packing up the car. She was gonna drive me to college. And I looked at her and said, I don't wanna go to college. And she was like, Well, she didn't call me a B, but she was like, Black Queen. Well, what do you want to do? Because you 2 days away from enrolling, or whatever. I was like, I want to do hair, and I started doing hair when I was little. Like, I did me and my sister's hair when we were kids, like 6 years old, braided. My mom was like,
sister. Any other siblings?
One sister. Okay, she's 2 years younger than me.
All right.
So we grew up together. So she said, okay, well, if you gonna stay here, I'll put you through cosmetology school. She put me through cosmetology school, got my license. So that's how I made it through high school. I did hair through high school, and how I made my money, when I was trying to do music.
So let's talk about that. So you were doing your sister's hair. What was your first? Now, did you aspire for any other career going through like middle school, early high school? Were you thinking about being something else or anything?
Always entertainment, artsy stuff. I went to art camp. I was in theater. I was in dance. I was in chorale, show choir. I was always artsy.
Gotcha.
And even cosmetology, that's an art to me.
Right.
So always using my hands. Yeah, creating. And so I knew I was going to be in the entertainment world, but I wanted to do music. That was my thing. Like, I was like, I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to be, singing with Beyonce or something. God was like, baby girl, relax.
All right. So when you were doing hair, what was your first hair transaction where you got paid to do hair?
Dang. I don't know if I remember the first, but I remember it got so busy in my grandmother's kitchen. And this was before social media, really. This was like MySpace days,
Gotcha.
maybe.
How old were you then?
Maybe around 17, 16, 17, 18, like coming out of high school a little bit, the end of high school. It got so busy in her house. I would have one girl pulling up, and y'all would make fun of me today on Instagram. They would probably drag me, but I would be like, come with your hair washed and blow dried, because I wanted to get so many girls out. I was
like, I ain't doing all that work.
No, because if I do all that, I can only have 2 clients. But if you come washed and blow dried, I can knock out 10. So I was, the price was a little lower, but I made more money.
Right. This your high school thinking right now.
High school. I used to make bracelets and belts in high school and sell them in the hallways and like get in trouble. And the teacher would be like, you can't do that. But she'll pull me out of class. She'd be like, I like it. Because the teachers love me. So they'd be like, I see your hustle. Like, get your money, but just don't do it in front of the, the principal.
Was that your first hustle?
Probably. Selling bracelets. I made bracelet, and this is crazy. I don't know if y'all remember this. I made it out of Starburst wrappers. It would be a fly bracelet out of Starburst. I'd be like, what color you want? Pink Starburst, blue Starburst? They would pick their color, and I would I don't even know how I got that
during
creative.
School hours or
during
when
school?
You got home?
I did it at home too, though.
Gotcha.
I did it at home. So that was probably the first hustle. Then hair. I did hair in high school, maybe a couple little $20, $30, $40. And
how much the bracelets go for?
I don't remember. They had to be like all that damn work, excuse me, for $2 or something. Like slaving for a couple dollars. It was Starburst wrappers. Them kids could have been paying no more than $5.
Right.
So.
Did you have a job in high school?
I didn't. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I got my first job at Limited 2. It was a little girls' clothing line, Limited 2, because I wanted all their clothes, because I went to a white school and all the white girls wore Limited 2. And I was like, I can't afford Limited 2, so I'm going to get a job and work there and get the discount. So every check I got went back to them. So they was really playing me.
Right.
They give you that discount and you spend your check right back and you put it right back into their system. Look, trap.
The Limited trap.
Had me trapped. The retail trap.
Right.
So, yeah. So, but back to doing hair. I was doing hair in my grandmother's kitchen, and I remember it getting so busy. She was joking. My grandmother never took $1 from me, but she was like, "You gonna have to start paying me booth rent." It was like I was one girl in the car waiting outside. I was like, "Wait, I need 20 more minutes." One on the couch and one like me finishing her. But I loved it, and people still DM me or they'll message me to this day like, "I remember you did my sew-in in Pleasant Grove. Like, I'm so proud of you." I'm like, did you like it? Don't roast me now. Was it bulky? Right. Was it flat? Was it cute? They were like, I loved it. It was like the best sew-in I ever had. I'm like, okay, I was fine. But yeah, I was fine. But I was really like, I was doing hair and I used to travel. So I'll be like, if I'm in LA or something, I would post a flyer, be like, I'm in LA, who wants to sew in? And I would just get a hotel room and the girls would come there. If I'm in Tennessee,
Awesome.
Who wants to sew in?
You were traveling doing what at that time?
This is when social media started popping a little more. So like little bookings or like a club booking here and there,
You're like, I'm gonna get this hair in real quick.
I was like, I'm gonna go early, do the hair during the day, and then go to because back they were probably giving me stupid stuff like, we give you $200 in a bottle. I'm like, I'm traveling across the nation. You know, it was like some cheap rate or something when, you know, social media first started.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I always loved moving and creating and hustling. It was like a rush, like that drug for me,
Gotcha.
you know?
So during your come up, growing up with Granny,
Yeah.
Going through school, so you didn't aspire to have a corporate career.
No.
Aspired to do something in the arts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
but I never, my mindset was always hustling, entrepreneur, business minded, but I didn't know that term entrepreneur back then.
Right.
I had no idea what that meant, what that was. I always was that, I feel like, in me, but I had no aspirations. I'm going to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
I didn't start using that word probably for the past couple years, honestly.
I'm going to just make my own money.
Yes. I'm going to make my own money. Because this ain't going to work.
Gotcha.
It's selling people these jeans.
How long did you do that for, the limited?
A couple years, and it was so stressful. Like, people stealing, you have a code word. You're supposed to be like, and I was so scary. So if you think somebody's stealing, you're supposed to be like, where's Emma? I'd be like, where the fuck is Emma? Like, I gotta go. This is my last day.
Oh, let's back this up. Hold on. This is kind of corner trap kind of talk right now. So hold up.
The corner. You gotta know the lingo. You gotta know the lingo. I was like, there's a thief to my left. Thief stage right.
All right, so people was coming in doing a little boosting thing.
Oh my God.
And so they'd be like, where's so?
And I'm like, do I say where's Emma? Like, be a snitch? Or do I see no evil, hear no evil? Let me just hang these shirts.
Right. So
you know, but I said, where's Emma? I was scared.
Gotcha. So that was, so you saying where's Emma alerted?
Means someone is stealing.
Oh.
That alerted the whole store. So I'm like, where's Emma? That's so stupid. Like, who made that up? But yeah, you're supposed to be like, where's Emmy or Emma or whatever the name was. Sorry, now I'm telling y'all secrets.
Right. So,
hopefully they change.
The limit is like,
oh, we've been using that for 20 years.
I'm like, where is Emma? Who
Oh, shoot.
So, okay, 15 years old or so, or however long in high school, working at the Limited, selling Starburst bracelets on the side, doing some hair.
Yep.
How'd you get you said you were doing music in a girl group at 15 years old as well.
Yeah, so I started on MySpace. So people are like, oh, you just came funny on Instagram. And even if it was just Instagram, I've been on Instagram for almost a decade. So let's start there. It wasn't overnight.
Right.
But I was, very popular. I wouldn't say viral, obviously, back then, but popular on MySpace. And I became popular on Pinterest. And then that trickled to Facebook, which trickled to Instagram. So my following kind of followed me through my teenage years.
Did you know you were doing that as like a form of marketing and branding?
Absolutely
or was
not.
it all just really social?
It was just social. I had no idea. I was just being myself. It wasn't a huge business mindset yet.
Gotcha.
It was just putting stuff out and being more free. I think back then you could just do you. Now I'm like, I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can put out. I don't know what I can do.
Right.
Jesus wept. I don't believe in Jesus. Well, oh Lord, I don't know what I can say.
Right.
God loves you. I'm atheist. Oh Lord. Peace. No. I'm like, okay. You can't say
two fingers. You're
two
part
fingers.
Part Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati. It's like, okay, y'all.
Okay.
So back then, I think at the beginning of my social media journey, I was just more free with my content. Like, today I ran into this white boy and he was so gothic and he, like just true stuff. Like, he was a rocker, and I have so many videos that just talked about my day and stuff. And now it's like you have to tread a little more lightly because we're in a sensitive time. Yeah. We're in a sensitive time.
They're sensitive. We're not.
At all.
Yeah,
I don't get offended at all.
Okay.
I'm on Wildin' Out with DC. Do you think I get offended? He's like, oh, you didn't shave your mustache today. I'm like, shut up.
Roasting. All right. So, boom, you're leaving to go to college.
Yep, didn't go.
Now, did somebody pay for college? You have a scholarship or financial aid? Like,
you know what? I don't even remember that. I don't know. I didn't have none of that, though. I didn't have no scholarship, no.
But you was going.
I was going.
Okay.
I don't remember how. But yeah, I got accepted to PV.
Okay.
I know I wanted to go to a black college, and I mean, I thought, that's just what I'm like. Okay, HBCU, this is what you do. You go to high school, you go to college. At HBCU was cool, and I don't even know what my major was going to be. I have no idea, but I was going to go to PV.
They said go to college.
They said go to college.
Right.
But I'm glad I had the what is it? Gumption. I get that word from Ernestine. And the courage and the bravery to not go. I'm so glad I had a vision for myself, and most, I got this from ET. Most people have sight, but leaders have vision. And I've been a leader. Even when you don't know what the future holds, you just take one step at a time. And I've been a leader from a young age, and I knew that. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. And I, followed my gut and started walking into my purpose.
Did your family support you in that decision?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Which was beautiful. Beautiful. And I know some people don't have that support, but you got to lose some things and some people when you have that vision and you have that goal. You can't live your life for other people. You have to live it for you, because you're going to get to the end of the road and be like, I didn't do nothing I wanted to do because I was living for her, my mama, my husband, my granny, my daddy. No, you have to live your life for you.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I was thinking about the college piece. I was 17 years old in New Jersey. And I was in the corner trap.
Yeah.
Full time.
Your story is crazy. And look at you.
Look at us. Look at us.
Crazy. And, blessing.
I never took an SAT. Didn't apply to a college, but I told my family I was going to Morgan State.
Okay.
Because I was hustling down Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, I'm going to Morgan State. So my family had
just lying.
Yeah, lying.
Okay.
So my family had a whole going away party for me. Like they packed me up with Tupperwares, like all of that.
Well, you was at the party like, I'm gonna miss y'all.
Yeah. All
my God.
All brought in. No
to
one,
go sell drugs.
No one checked on like where I actually was going. Like no one checked about a dorm application or like my family was just so ignorant to like the whole college
You
thing.
took all them gifts from that party.
Man, and went to a trap house.
Like, I got some stuff, y'all. I better think I'm in college. Wow, that's crazy.
That was a funny story. Anyway, so all right. So what was your next move when you said, you know what, skirt? We ain't doing college. I'm gonna do hair? Or
I did hair. So I went to cosmetology school and I did hair in Dallas. I worked at Ulta, which is crazy now. Full circle. I'm trying to get my cosmetic line in a brand like Ulta or Walmart or Sephora. I will.
That's gonna be an amazing story.
Full circle.
Ulta, holla at us.
Ulta, holla at me.
Us.
Holla at us. No, this is a team. Okay, so yeah, I did hair, and then after that, my homegirl, Pharaoh, one of my best friends still to this day over a decade. Shout out to Pharaoh. Y'all know Pharaoh. She moved to Atlanta. She had family in Atlanta. It's a huge Habashak. I don't know if that's the correct term. African community here. And her family was here. Pharaoh's African. So she moved. She was like, man, if you don't come to Atlanta, you can't be my friend no more. You holding yourself back.
Wow.
Like I'm out in Atlanta. I'm working. I'm hustling. We're going to do this music stuff. If you're going to stay in Dallas, like, lose my number. I was like,
pressure.
What? She was like, basically like a great friend pushing me, like, you're not living to nothing's in Dallas for what we're trying to do. We want to do music. You know, you're out of your girl group. You're solo now. I'm doing my solo stuff. Like, let's go to Atlanta. Let's go to Atlanta. I'm like, well, we always visited there.
How old were you then?
24.
Okay.
So I stayed with my granny I probably would have still been with her if I didn't come here. I'm like, it is free.
These checks is good.
What? I'm making thousands of, when I say.
I was going to ask you that. How much are you making a week doing hair or a month?
This is how I did hair. I would start at 10 a.m. and I would try to, I'll be like, okay, I want to take my last client at 7. Somebody call me. Can you get me in? Can you come at 8? Yep. Next person call me. Can you get me in? Can you come at 6? So now I'm starting to do sew-ins at 5 a.m. If you're going to come, I'm going to do it. I wore myself out, but I was making so much money at 21, 20 years old. $4,000, that's a lot of money. When you staying with your grandma and you ain't got no bills and you 20 years old.
That's like 40.
What? So I was like living comfortable, but I was too comfortable. I was too comfortable. I had to challenge myself, and there was nothing in Dallas for what I wanted to do. Acting, music, entertainment. So I end up packing up my car for us. If you ready, I end up saving up. I was working at a strip club. Okay. I wasn't a stripper. I mean, not that matters, but I wasn't tripping. Just don't try to pull up nothing, okay? I was a waitress. But I was working at a strip club. I was like, in Dallas.
Okay.
Soon as I save up $3,000, I'ma move, because I wasn't really doing hair that much because I was making more money at the club. So I was like, I'm gonna save up $3,000, pay off, get a car, and then make sure I have $3,000 to go. I did that, left the job, got my Toyota, Drove down to Atlanta, and that 3,000 was gone in like 2 weeks. I was like, whoa, life hits you fast when you have to pay your first bill.
Right.
Lord.
that granny rent was good.
What? I was like, you don't want a 1-bedroom? Like, we do not need 2 bedrooms. And Pharaoh was like, I'm not staying in the room with you. Figure out your half of the rent. Don't say nothing else to me. So, I came out here and hustled again.
And what was that first hustle here?
I worked at a restaurant at Phipps Plaza. I worked at a black-owned boutique over there in Buckhead, and I did hair. I started working at a salon eventually, maybe like my first or second year, but at the beginning it was waitressing, different restaurants. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so at the same time, still promoting on Instagram and other platforms.
Yeah, that's when Instagram kind of, started and picking up. And back then going viral was like, okay, it wasn't just like you're viral for an hour or a day. It was like, this is the video of the week.
Right.
Like this video would be trickling like all week on everybody's page. So when I went viral, I was like, whoa, like.
What was your first viral video?
So probably 2 years after 2016. Wow. The F-Boy video was 2016. That is crazy. I remember Chris Brown reposting it, Rihanna commenting. Like back now it's so normal to like see and talk to these people. They're so tangible. But then I was like, yo, like I made it. Like I'm still broke, but wait, Rihanna is talking about my video. Like that's mind blowing.
Yeah.
With social media, these people are just so tangible. But it was 2016. That was my first viral video, and it was real.
Wow.
Crying in the car about a boy. Yeah.
Put you on the map. All right. So you did that, hustled your way up.
Yep.
And then started picking up more speaking engagements or kind of booking engagements, kind of as a personality.
So I was working at
That's the trap train.
Trap train. I didn't know if we had to let it go by. Do we need to let it go by for RDO? No? Okay.
Depends how loud it is. We're good.
Okay. So I was working at Hair Are Us. Shout out to Hair Are Us. Man, I never had my booth rent. And they were like, it's okay, girl. It's okay. Just like, it was like $200 a week. And I was like, I ain't got it this week, but I got y'all next week. So they really held me down. I worked at that salon. And this was in the time where my social media was picking. Like I started getting paid for stuff. So now it's like, okay, big influencers, you could get $10,000 to post a picture. Some influencers, if you're $20,000. If it's a huge brand like McDonald's, they might give you 50 bands to post one post. It depends on what it is.
Wow.
Back then, I was getting like $50. Like I was lit though. I was like $50, and all I have to do is sit here and upload a picture. That's dope to me. Got me to work from home, And I started getting more brand deals. I worked with the tea company. I worked with this. I did this. And so the money I was making from doing hair was even with the money I made on Instagram. So I went to them and I said, I'm not going to be doing hair no more. I'm making money on social media now. And, I don't want to be at work. I want to be at the house. So I quit doing hair and I transitioned, just a leap of faith, all of my, eggs in one basket to social media and that platform and brand deals and stuff like that.
Gotcha. And so you grinded that up. And how'd you get the plug and play for Wildin' Out?
Wow. So I saw they had a Wildin' Out girl audition. So for the models. And I went and I was like, I waited in that line. It was like 300 of y'all. And they chose 2. Y'all know y'all shouldn't have pulled up. Jesus, y'all knew it. They was only choosing like 4. It was so many girls. And I stood in that line and I got to the front and I said, I'm not a model. I'm a comedian. So what's up? And they were like, well, tell a joke. I don't even know what I said. They were like, say something funny. And I don't know what I said, but they chuckled. And, they sat me to the side or whatever. And I waited for the rest of all the auditions. And long story short, they ended up, getting my Instagram. And I was making buzz on Instagram. And they told Nick. And Nick didn't see the vision at first. He was like, this girl, she cool. She cute. But like, is she funny? Is she like sketch comedy funny? Like, we need funny. Like, she don't want to be a Wildin' Out girl. And I was like, absolutely not. So I didn't hear nothing for like 2 years. I was like, oh my God, okay, they hate me. And then I got a random email or call, and I went to New York to actually do the real audition where they make you play games with other people. And I made it. And Nick still was like, we'll see what she do on the show. And then after I had my whole, you know, it was the "you're my boyfriend, baby girl," and the crowd loved me. And this was before COVID, so it was very interactive with the fans and stuff. He was like, "All right, man, my bad." Like
I was late.
Yeah, I was late. I you know, so you know, that's my bad. So I love Nick. He's one of my mentors, and he really gave me a chance. You know, you know.
Awesome. Shout out to Nick Cannon, man.
Yeah.
Revolutionary in the media space.
Man.
Absolutely. All right, so Queen, now we're going to go to what we call my trap analysis.
Okay.
All right, so family, y'all just heard from billionaire B Simone, breaking down how she was able to leverage the limited in the corporate trap, but to make her way into creative entrepreneurship, entertainment, but also, let me ask you, during that journey, were you ever enticed to do anything yourself that was like corner trap-ish or illicit? Or were you able to stay
like scamming or stealing or something?
Any of that?
Hell no.
Or
I am not made for that life. I will cry on the floor and get evicted before. I'm not a thug. I'm not a G. I'm snitching. If you ever want to do something illegal, corner trap, do not call me, because if it's me or you, it will always be you in prison, and I will let that know up front.
I can respect that.
Absolutely not up front. So if we get in this car, I'm not taking the charge. So that's on you.
So
if you got life or I gotta do 2 years, see you when you're dead. You getting life, my brother. I can't do it. So no, I was too and it's just not that's not who I am. So
awesome.
I don't know.
Okay. She's meant to
I'm like, did I ever play anybody or anything? No. I just struggled.
The hard way.
I just struggled. I cried a lot, and y'all can. I'm telling y'all, I showed y'all everything, and people are like, well, you showed your $1 million journey. I showed y'all when I was sleeping on the floor and had roaches in my basement was flooded, and I'm crying. This is all on YouTube from 6 years ago. So I showed the struggle. I showed making it. I showed the high low when I made it and I was depressed. I talk about all that.
Wow.
In any stage I'm in, I talk about it because somebody could relate. It could be a testimony, and everybody goes through stuff. So that's on YouTube too. When I was first moved to Atlanta and I was broke and had nothing, I'm recording on my laptop. It's so blurry, but you get the vibe.
So yes, B Simone was able to totally avoid the corner trap by knowing her own threshold.
Yeah.
And was able to leverage the corporate trap, and was very responsible and self-aware to not get sucked into the culture trap. And I think that's so commendable, especially on your journey. And even for like, I'll just be blunt, however stereotypical this is, but to be a pretty woman in Atlanta and be popular in what the culture is, like that's probably like, that's a phenomenal accomplishment. So many people, especially women, get sucked to a culture of like who I gotta be or 100%. How I gotta look
100%.
And all that. And so I think that's a great example for our young queens to be like, yo.
Yeah, and I think, like we said at the beginning, just knowing who you are, the self-love, all of that, but like the peace of mind, the internal, the eternal peace is the goal. Once you master that, and the house, the car, the bag, I have nice things. Don't get me wrong. I have nice things. That's just a cherry on top. That's just a bonus. That's not the ultimate goal that drives me.
That's not your foundation.
That's not my foundation. And whether you gonna see, I'm telling y'all gonna see B Simone in the street looking crazy, because that's who I am. I like sweats. I like to be chill. I like normal little stuff. But every now and then, it's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to have nice things, but do it. Number one, do it when you can afford it. Don't try to do it to impress anybody.
Right.
Get what you want, not what you think people need to see you with. And, do it when you're ready and you can you're financially stable and you have all your ducks in a row. That shouldn't be the ultimate goal, the ultimate force to what you're doing.
Or rushed because of peers,
peer
pressure,
or
culture. And
at all.
And what you just said, you said a lot of yous, right?
Yeah.
It's about when you're ready. It's about your choice, your preference, right? And so I think we make our life decisions based on us. Be selfish in that regard.
Yeah.
And not based on what society says you can have that kind of independence.
Yep.
So also cool part is B Simone was able not only to beat the culture trap, avoid the corner trap, totally just, I want to say avoid the corner trap. Like that wasn't even an option
at all.
Ignore the corner trap.
You wouldn't even want me on the corner with you.
Leverage the small jobs in the corporate trap to build a career, but really avoided the college trap.
Man.
Right?
Man,
and part of the college trap was not the fact she didn't go to college, it's the fact that she knew she didn't want to go to college, although it was around her, it was presented before her, actually was on the way.
Come on.
It could have been a disappointment to her family, friends, and others, was able to make her own decision. That independence and those choices were spot on, queen, spot on. So let's segue into our trap transformation and this trap transition.
Okay.
So what was your aha moment during your journey that you knew in any parts of that kind of discography you gave us that you knew like this stuff ain't for me? Whether it was culture, whether it was college, like was there a particular moment or aha?
This stuff as far as what? Like what?
Any trap.
Got you.
Right.
Got
you. Where you knew like the path and journey you're on.
I think the bigger I got in the industry, becoming a celebrity and more popular on social media, there would be things, certain people on my team or certain friends, you need to wear it. Girl, like you would be so, it's all about image. You would be so much more successful and get so much more money and get booked so much more if you had this, if you drove this, if you wore this, if you... Once again, I have a few nice pieces. I have nice things. I have here and there, but that is not, number one, it's not who I am. It's not my image. I'm going to be on Instagram with no makeup, looking crazy. And then I'm going to be on Instagram, okay, when there's a time and a place, there's an event. I'm going to look nice. But my image isn't that. So I feel like the industry I'm in, when you have that image, you do get more opportunity. You do be like, dang, she got that. It's a illusion. It's a total facade. It's a total facade. And I decided to just be who I am. Because you can't nobody on the internet tell you anything about B. Simone that I haven't already told the masses, already said about myself.
Controlling your narrative.
Oh, you see B. Simone, she in that Toyota. Girl, I'm on Instagram in it. Like I sure am in that Toyota. You late, because this is my truth at this moment. And I think so many people don't walk in their truth at that moment, and they try to be who they see themselves as. You're not there yet. Right. When you get there, you can move accordingly. Right. But don't go spend the money on that and doing that, and you're not there yet. Right. Stay where you're at, and 1 foot at a time. So I think the industry pressures you to do that.
Right. Was there like a day or time or a conversation or like a moment that you think that really sunk in for you, or where you were challenged to maybe sway to the other side, or is that just kind of who you've been? Do you ever think like, you know what, maybe they're right, and then you kind of pull back like, no, maybe I'm right?
I mean, of course, you always have those battles. We're human, so it's not just like I just walk. No, I'm fine. I'm strong. No. You're like, okay, damn, like, but it's like, no. I'm very strong-minded in walking in who I am. And people like, I got this question asked the other day in an interview I did. Do you think you're a good example for young girls or a bad example? You know, when you're showing your body. I said, I don't know if I'm good or bad. I know it's the truth. It's not good. It might not be bad to some people. It might not be good to some people, but it's the truth. Whatever your truth is at that moment, if that is who you are, and if you don't like something about yourself, if something about you ain't good, change it. If you can't change it, embrace it. So I'm very strong in walking in your truth and who you are at that moment. So it was never a time where I felt so swayed to do anything.
That's so liberating. Like, that's where you find real freedom.
I be chilling. I'm like, ain't nobody say nothing about me that I ain't already said about myself. The truth. You don't have to hide. You don't have to lie. You don't have to put on a character or a facade for people that really don't give a dang about you.
Thank you. Edited version.
Jesus. They really don't care. Right. They really don't care. Because once you get this bag, guess what? It's out of style. Now you got to get the next one. Once you have the rollie, they done seen you with the rollie, and now they see you without it. Oh, damn, where the rollie? Now you got to keep it up. Once you got the Rolls Royce, okay, that one's old in 2 years. Now you got to get the new. It's like, come on.
Trapped.
Enticed,
entangled.
Trapped. You got to keep up. So if you're going to start that lifestyle, keep up with it. And it's a trap. Yep. It's a trap.
Absolutely. You are a great example, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And I think to have all of us, men, women, kings, queens, princesses, all of that, walking in our truth.
Walking your truth.
Man, that's the most free you could ever be.
Walking who you are in that moment.
All right. So time for the trap seat, which is our hot seat. All right. So in the trap seat, we got a segment called Trap Blown.
I've been in the hot seat this whole interview.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this?
All right. So Trap Blown is we're going to go through 3 quick questions with you.
Okay.
First question is, give us during your journey one amazing moment that has either blown your mind or will blow our mind. Where you like, yo, I can't believe I'm this, I'm here, I did that, or whatever. But something that's been super mind blowing to you during this journey.
I will never. Let me tell y'all, say it in my bio, manifest queen for a reason. Everything I say out of my mouth happens, and it's scary. I'm God's favorite. I don't know. Thank you, Jesus. I posted on my page, I said, I want to work with Jada Pinkett. Like, y'all tag Jada Pinkett. I want to meet her. I want to work with her. Jada, check your DM. I posted a picture of her. 2 weeks later, and mind you, I'll get there. 2 weeks later, I got the call to host Will Smith's 51st birthday in Budapest. Crazy coincidence, whatever, right? I'm like, okay. I get to Budapest and I show Jada Pinkett the post. I'm like, is this why y'all called me? She's like, girl, no, we did not see that post. Like,
wow.
My friend Batch, he couldn't do it. He was out of town and he referred me to them. And when Will looked at my page, he's like, I've seen her before. Like, I love her stuff. She's funny. Da, da, da. But I just was like, you can manifest in a month, a week, 10 years, 5 years, 2 weeks. I manifested in 14 days. And I got to host Will Smith's 51st birthday in Budapest, Hungary. And I literally sat down to interview him. And I was about, like, literally like this. And I was about to cry. I was like, you better tighten up. Do not ruin this. Do not embarrass yourself. I'm like looking him in his eyes. I'm like, I could feel the emotion. I'm so emotional. I cry at everything. I was about to break down. I was like, nope. I'm like pinching my hand. I'm like, think of something happy. Think of something happy. So that moment was just mind blowing. He did the B. Simone song. He was like, baby girl. I was like, stop. Will Smith hosted his birthday.
That's amazing.
And that was one of my quickest manifestations. 14 days. I was like, whoop, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. But when you put it out there, you just have to believe it. You know, yeah. I'm a believer in. People are like, this manifestation is not of God. It depends on who your source is.
Right.
It ain't of God if you worshiping the devil. It's of God for me because Jesus is my source. God is my source. So when I manifest, all that means is speaking things into existence. And, you know, when you put it out there and speak it, you got to believe it and let it go. You don't worry about the how, the when. Just know what's going to happen.
Walk it. Faith is about doing.
Yeah.
Yep. So you know what? I want to give you some game that God dropped on me about a couple months ago.
Okay.
I've been giving to everybody I love and know and talk to on manifesting.
Okay.
And that is a lot of times, like you just said, we do something that's amazing and we call it crazy. And God was like, yo, stop saying these things are crazy. Or you're going to talk crazy into your life.
Man.
If you're a manifest queen, and I'm a manifest king.
Man.
But I'm manifesting crazy as I say things.
That little word.
Then when you're depressed and you feeling crazy, you done talked yourself into it. You done
talked it into it.
So now the things that I do that we would usually call crazy, I say are amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I talk it and I manifest that.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
drop that on you. Or that was a blessing, or that was great, or that was phenomenal.
Right.
It wasn't crazy.
It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
How you gonna say, God, give me this, and He gives it to you and say, oh, that's crazy? That's crazy. I'm a God smack you right now.
Absolutely.
Yep,
That's amazing.
Drop that on you.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Trap Blown Part 2.
Okay.
Give us a time, right? You gotta blow yourself up a little bit.
No.
Yes. Give us a time where that was either super embarrassing, regretful, or shameful, of just a moment in life where you're like, yo, if I could have that moment back, just give me that moment back.
Dating some of you dudes I dated. Regretful. Shameful. Time. Dang. You know what? I'll go back to the book stuff. When I dropped my book, moving so fast. It wasn't that I regretted it or I was at shame because I know I spoke my truth. I talked about all that, but slow down. Everything doesn't have to be a rush. I'm like, that was the only thing that was in my mind as far as regret. I was like, I should have just slowed down. There was no rush to throw out a book. If you're going to make $1 million this month, you can make $1 million next month.
Right.
There's no rush, you know? So I would just say in my career, slow and steady wins the race. Right. I don't regret anything with that. It made me
your wave, your own frequency.
Ride your wave. It's not like, oh, I got this idea. Let's whip it up and throw it out tomorrow. okay, it's a great idea. Everybody got ideas, you know, but slow down. So, you know, some moments in my career, I could have taken it a little slower. Yep.
Love that, Jim.
Yeah.
All right, and the last thing on Trap Blown is, what's the biggest bag you blew? Time you treated yourself.
I had a couple expensive trips, you know, taking people on trips and stuff, but the biggest bag I blew was getting a jet but this was for business though. Okay. It wasn't no stunting stuff. It was like, my first show with Martin Lawrence. Right after that, once again, Manifest Queen, wanted to work with the baby so bad, right? I'm like, I done manifested this. What? He's like, yeah, but it's tomorrow. I'm like, there's no flights out of Indiana to LA tomorrow. Not one. We were like, okay, if we drive down to if we drive to New York,
So it's an invite from Martin Lawrence to do a show?
No, I'm at a Martin Lawrence show.
Okay.
This was my first show with Martin Lawrence, and the next day, the baby wanted me to be the lead in his music video.
Wow.
So I was like, you know, there's no flights out of this city I'm in to LA. They were like, well, we're shooting it tomorrow. I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, get the jet. Get the jet. I'm not going to miss this opportunity. Like, get the jet.
Chewing the jet.
I'm calling PJ Kev, I'm calling all these people. Shout out PJ Kev, Vomos, all my connects. I'm like, yo, like I need a jet in freaking Indiana. Where we? Indianapolis, somewhere random, and I have to get to LA. I have to be there by the morning. So we literally leave the Martin show, run to the jetway, and we hop on the jet.
Got there.
What got there?
Bag blown.
Got there. That was the biggest bag I blown.
The opportunity secured.
But the opportunity was secured. It wasn't to stunt. I don't even think I took a picture on it. I didn't care. I just wanted to get to LA and work and seize that opportunity. He's a great businessman. He's put so much money in my pocket just working with him, and that's a relationship I'll have forever, a business relationship I'll have forever.
Awesome. All right, and so now we're gonna transition to one of our last parts of our trap cheat sheet. Is our trap cheat sheet. And a trap cheat sheet is basically, what advice will you give someone who is on the grind, on the come up, either facing that college trap or facing any of these traps? What advice would you either give your younger self or to someone, right, again, you know, on the come up, on the grind, that wants to be their own billionaire one day?
Yeah, I think have a vision for what you want. What do you truly want? Focus on that. And a lot of these things are going to be a little redundant. We talked about it earlier, knowing who you are and not living for other people. You fall into a lot of traps because you're trying to please everybody else. You know, the culture trap, you trying to stunt on everybody else. You ain't doing it for you. The college trap, you going for your parents. You don't even want to be a doctor. You're trying to open up your own daycare center, you know, or whatever you want to do. You know, you're doing it for other people. A lot of those traps, peer pressure into getting on the corner trap. The people that are around you, peer pressure you, and man, come on, man, all that studying you doing, we look at this
corny,
money.
Right.
That's corny. That's what. A lot of the traps we get in are because of the people we're around. We let them influence us, and we're not following our intuition, we're not following our purpose, and we're not following who we truly are and want to be. So focus on that. And if you don't know that yet, find it. Find it.
Trap bar.
Try new things. You don't know who you are because you're not doing nothing. You're doing the same thing every day. Go for a walk. Go see if you like nature. Go on a hike. Go to an amusement park. What do you like? Right. And if you don't know, find it so you could find your purpose.
Right. Family, I look at that and I hear environment and exposure.
Environment and exposure.
Right. Because I think a lot of times we just aren't exposed to new things or don't expose ourselves to new things.
And you don't know. And
we stay in the same environment and just recycle the same habits.
I go back to Dallas and the same people I grew up with are still on the same corners, chilling in front of that. I'm like, it's been 20 years. I know y'all when I was 12, like, you know, but some people are too scared to step out of that. And we have to change that. We have to broaden our mind. There's so much world outside of those four corners you live in, you know, so you don't want to get stuck there mentally or physically. So yeah, environment and the people around you.
Yeah. And that helps you, right? So like Pharaoh, like people around you, forcing you out of your environment.
And she didn't want me around her if I wasn't gonna boss up.
Right.
You know, like she's like, girl, you've been doing the same thing at your granny house. I get it, you making a little couple thousand, but come on, you know. And I was like, you're right. We've been talking about moving to Atlanta, and she pushed me to do it. She was a great friend in my life that pushed me to make that leap, and she supported me. She didn't say, come on, girl, it's lit out here. She went down to Dallas, drove in the car with me to Atlanta, helped me pack up my car, and supported me, you know. So you need people like that around you. That's
dope. So are you out here changing the world, right? Growing rapidly as a brand, making big moves, on your way to a B, got your M's,
on my way to a billion, on my way to a billion, on my way to a billion.
So how you gonna do that, and what's next for B. Simone?
You already know I have so much going on. Still on tour with Martin Lawrence. Want to write another book, which I will do more in depth about my life. I'm getting into stocks.
Yes.
I'm getting into stocks. I want to learn more about stocks. All this stock talk on the Instagram, on the internet. I'm trying to learn more about it. I have kind of a play I think I'm gonna show y'all to where y'all can get into it and make some money with me. So we'll talk about that very, very soon. But I'm definitely gonna get my hands into that because that is just like huge right now.
Yeah, I mean, billionaires, again, they make the money work for them.
Absolutely.
You got your earned income.
Absolutely.
And you have your investment income.
Investments.
So while you're sleeping, the money's earning.
The money's working.
Yeah.
The money's working. You don't have to, and I learned that when I was doing hair, working with my hands all the time. I'm like, I need to sell a product.
Right.
Because unless I'm working, I'm not making money. So that's one reason, a huge reason why I want to get into stocks.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see that journey.
I know. We need to talk.
Billionaire V and stock trading in the stock market. That's going to be dope.
I know. I'm nervous because I don't know nothing about it, but I'm willing to learn. And I do want to take my supporters and my followers on that journey with me. I've been talking about it on my social media.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, peace, family. And now we have an amazing opportunity. Our sister, B. Simone, is giving us a chance to learn with her and her close friends, family, and fans. Family, we have an opportunity to learn alongside entrepreneur B. Simone and learn the stock game and not just have New Year's resolutions, but New Year evolution. So go to learnwithbsimone.com to tap into this challenge our sister's offering and join the waiting list right now to learn a lot alongside B. Simone as she pursues her journeys to be a Miss Billionaire B. Peace. So for everybody that's watching right now, where can they follow B. Simone, the businesses, the products, the brand support, and all of that?
Just Google me. No, I'm just kidding.
we out. So
the B. Simone, everything across the board. B. Simone Beauty, bsimonebeauty.com. Thank you guys so much for supporting and watching this interview. I was so nervous. I hate interviews.
You did so well.
I'm like, what do I say?
You're a natural.
Thanks.
Stop it. Off the cuff.
Thanks,
Appreciate you. Yeah, so family, make sure you guys follow B. Simone. That's the letter B, Simone, right? On Instagram, at B. Simone, and across all platforms.
Yep.
You really should watch that YouTube journey, man. Share it with some folks that can inspire them.
I go back and watch it because it blows my freaking mind. It blows my mind. Whatever you put your mind to. I wasn't scared. I was like, I'm going to make $1 million by my 30th birthday. I don't care who believes it. I'm putting it out there. I don't care who says it's not going to happen. I'm saying this and I'm going to do it. And I did it 7 days before. We hit the goal 7 days before. So whatever you want, clear your mind. Y'all, your thoughts turn into actions, which turn into the rest of your life. Change your mind, change your life.
That's awesome. We have another podcast we do called Money Church, right? And on Money Church, we cover the spirituality of business. And my co-host, Pastor Bishop Dean, was saying that you think it, then you believe it, then you think it, you believe it, you speak it, and then you do it. And yeah, I just watch you do that. You are a manifest queen. That's what I said. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm like, yo, let's go. But I appreciate you coming here to the trap with us, man.
Thank you so much.
I gotta have you back one day because I know you'll be growing, doing some more amazing things in the next 2 months.
Yeah, right. I'll be back next week. No,
right. All right, family. We just had B. Simone, who just blessed us with her gifts in the trap and just showed us how we can manifest things in real life. So make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast, share this podcast, whether it's on YouTube or any of the podcast platforms, video or audio. Thank you guys for joining us and being a part of this amazing life transformation podcast where we are dismantling America's most infamous traps. I'll see you guys on the next episode of How to Beat the Trap in Real Life.
Thank you guys.
Hey, peace family, it's Jay Morrison, co-founder of the Legacy Center here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to invite you all to be a virtual member of our building, our Class A office space, also known as the Black House. From anywhere in the world, you can house your business here in Atlanta, Georgia, and have your virtual address be our address. Get your own suite number. You also can get our virtual notary services, our virtual receptionist services, have a telephone line for your team, and get access to our meeting rooms, conference rooms, and get 1 day per month to actually visit our building and house your business here in real life. Family, this opportunity is just $40 per month or $300 for the year. Super discount for you to be able to have a Class A office space, house your business address 2 miles from Tyler Perry's studio, 5 minutes from the world's busiest airport, right here in amazing Atlanta, Georgia at legacycenter.com.